Hi everybody, this is Gert from Cape Town. Welcome to another video. This video is going to be about the biggest failure, the biggest reason why people fail with, let's say, body transformation. There's a single reason why people fail. 99% of all the cases out there, people that fail with their body transformation, be that a guy or the girl, doesn't matter, this is the reason why. Now these people, they got their training right, they got their supplements sorted, they got a rock solid diet approach, but in the end, they still fail miserably with their body transformation. Why? Now I've discussed this in quite a few of my videos, but I've never discussed it in this direct detail and direct approach, give you a step-by-step reason as to why the people fail. So let me go again through this. The people fail because they take a diet off an app that they've got on their phone, or they take a diet off the internet, and although it's a very good diet and can produce potentially great results, that diet is not going to work because it's not aligned for your body. You're playing Russian roulette thinking you can just grab a diet off the internet or use a diet from an app and think it's going to produce results. Each of us are totally different. My body is completely different from the guy standing next to me that basically looks the same, got the same height, same age and everything that I am. We completely different. The reason for that is that our body's energy consumption differs vastly from one person to the other. And there's so many factors determining it. So let me put this to you straightforward. No diet is going to work for your body, produce the results that you want it to produce, if you do not align that diet for your body and goals. If that diet is not If that diet is not aligned for your body, failure is a given. Now let this sink in, because if you do not get past this point, then you're never going to get success with your body transformation. Your diet must be aligned for your body and your goals. Let's go through this alignment process. First, remember there are two phases to your training. It's a building phase and it's a cutting phase. I'm mainly here going to focus on the cutting phase. I'll touch on the building phase later on, because everything revolves for you around the cutting phase with your diet, basically, because that is the phase that you really want to get the diet to produce results. Now, that alignment process is as follows. In the cutting phase, you need to define comfortable periods upon which you will be doing a body monitoring and diet adjustment process. Now that comfortable period I found is roughly every 14 days. If you do it quicker than that, then the amount of work that you have to put into monitor your body and adjust your diet becomes a bit heavy. You know, it's really too much work. It takes too much of fun out of the whole process. Whereas you make it longer than 14 days, then I find that the process is too slow to produce effective results. So every 14 days, you need to do the following. You need to have a weighing scale where you will weigh yourself, and you need to have fat calipers where you will take body fat caliper measurements at very specific key points on your body. Now I've got in my website, I've got a section where I discuss exactly how and where these caliper measurements need to be taken all over the body. So I'll put up the link for you, then you can go and check that out. So when you weigh yourself, you must weigh yourself every time with the same amount of clothes on. Plus you must ensure that you weigh yourself always at the same time on the day. The reason for that is that you need to have the same amount of food or water or whatever in your tummy to give you real results. And then you take the fat calipers and you do all the necessary measurements around your body. You write all these down, and then you compare this to the previous 14 days results that you got when you did the body measurements. If the body fat increased over this 14-day period, this you will get via the fat caliper measurements that you do. Then you need to drop your daily calories of your diets with a factor anywhere between 1% to 10%. Never ever change your diet with more than 10% in caloric values over a 14-day period. The problem is that your body is going to take too long to adjust to the big change in calories, and that will distort your results of the next 14-day period. If the body fat measurements with the calipers stayed the same, but the scale has dropped, that is red lights flickering. That means you have kept roughly the same body fat levels, but you've actually lost muscle size. This is never where you want to be. This is usually the result when you eat too little calories. Too little calories, then the body thinks it's like in a famine environment, and the thing that the body does, it doesn't go and tap into your fat storage immediately. It says it's rather going to keep that for last, and they're rather going to tap into the energy levels available via the muscles. So it's draining your muscles of all the potential energy that it can zap out of them. If you don't give attention to this, what it means is decrease literally in muscle size. And lastly only will it then go for the fat storage. So you will lose some fat eventually, but only after a huge sacrifice that you've made with the muscles that you've lost. So you don't want to go this route. Then you need to increase your diet daily caloric value by between 1 to 10%. The purpose here is to get you out of this famine zone that your body thinks you're in. Okay, now lastly, if you lost fat after the 14 days, even a little bit of fat, but no muscle loss, that's so good. Now that is kind of perfect. This is exactly where you want to be. This is what you call the sweet spots. And you can still toggle a little with the diet, take the daily calories down 1%, and play with it and check after the next 14 days what happened and so on. To fine tune, this is where you want to be, because you want to lose body fat, but you do not want to tap into the muscles and lose any muscle size. This is the whole purpose of the cutting phase. Now this 14-day diet adjustment and body monitoring process, this is critical, guys, to your success. This is the single reason why 99% of the people fail with their body transformation journey. Every time I come across a guy, that has put everything into place and he believes he's done everything, but he just couldn't get success, I run through this with him and he failed on this. Okay, now about the building phase. Things are slightly different in the building phase because your aim in the building phase is different. Your aim is to actually increase your body fat slightly, and that allows you to optimally grow muscles. So in the building phase, it's not that critical to perform the body monitoring and diet adjustment every 14 days. So my suggestion for the building phase is that you need to do it once a month. I typically allow myself to increase my body fat levels in the building phase between 4 to 6, maybe 7%. But I don't want to go higher than that, because when you go higher than that, then it becomes too difficult to get it down in the cutting phase. So many guys that are on anabolic steroids, that doesn't matter for them. They quickly drop their weight in the cutting phase. But for people that are natural, I suggest not more, let's say between 4 and 6% adding of body fat during the building phase. So in the building phase, once a month should be sufficient to do this body monitoring and diet alignment, to just make sure that you're still on track with everything. Obviously, if you put on too much body fat in the building phase, then you need to tone down the calories of your diet and take it down with, let's say, a factor of 10% and keep on monitoring it. So guys and girls, there you got it. This is the biggest reason people fail. Don't fall into this trap. Use this information wisely. It can really make a massive difference on your success. Now, for those of you that can afford it, I ask for a small donation. I like to keep my information free. I like to keep my site free. And I like to keep the good stuff coming out. And then, of course, all this information obviously forms part of my coaching system, the Advanced System 2. So those of you that are interested in the system or want to sign up, I'll put up a link for you. Well, cheers everybody. Gert from Cape Town, signing off. Happy training, happy dieting, and remember the 14-day body monitoring and diet adjustment. That's critical to your success. Cheers.